and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Raiders and the Bears, and it comes your way.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Now Fields.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
A first down run there for Jacobs, but nothing doing as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Carr now to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
To throw is Fields. Throw caught there by Osborne.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for the...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
K.J. Osborne,
his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. "35 yards that time on the punt, and the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 21 carries, 65 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total.
And the Raiders have got him. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's on the guard, Connor Williams. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Counter play with Jacobs. Gets around him. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Off play action, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Santos' kick is up and through. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here's Carr.
He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Bears offense ready to get going again.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Following the penalty, Montgomery. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Off the option, here's Montgomery.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. A read option, here's Montgomery.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Here we go.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Fields going to hold on to it.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
And still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Carr to throw. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They can use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Here's Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the option, here's Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Read option. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. One play action. Fields. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the 50, here's Fields. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Solomon Thomas. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Azeez Ojulari in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Broken tackle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that penalty will back him up half the distance to the goal line. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. To throw, it's Carr.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return.
Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
2nd down at 5.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Now it's Crowder. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Azeez Ojulari able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Carr. Crowder's got it over the middle. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Brian Anger now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there just before halftime.
And that looked almost to be a case of, you know, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Here's Fields.
Looking for the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Throwing again is Fields. Complete to Mooney on the slant.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll start out west at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. Allen Lazard, a touchdown reception. From there, we head to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Dalvin Cook, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Kyler Murray has thrown a touchdown pass. On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Bears, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 2nd down now. It's Jacobs. And 3 yards there. Takes him to the 45.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Once again, it's Jacobs.
And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there, no. It appears they're going to mark him short of the first.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Here's Brian Anger now
as he's on to punt for Las Vegas.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground.
Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Catch made by Slayton.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro.
A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for him to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for him. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
On 2nd and goal, Carr.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
To throw his Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Darius Slayton.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs.
And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Handoff comes to Montgomery. Montgomery a 1st down, and then, he sheds himself free.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
118 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State, and he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Montgomery back to the ground. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now Fields. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Solomon Thomas picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Carr now on 1st down. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Carr now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Vegas. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Now it's Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's gonna be caught. A huge play there for Chicago. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. They'll run on 1st down. It's Montgomery, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. To throw is Fields. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Fields now to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Carr. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. On play action, it's Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now Carr, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. Second down, here's an option right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 136 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Once more, Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now it's Crowder. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. Throwing to start the drive. Carr, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big play there for Vegas.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Carr. And this is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bears will get the football back. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Fields going to keep it running right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory Not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They go with Jacobs, and he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So that one will be accepted. Here's Brian Anger now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Montgomery on the counter, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Bears, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.